Our guest is not in the room. You may not be able to see right now.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. We hope everyone had an awesome week so far, an awesome day. We are officially at Hump Day. So I would consider us to be halfway there. All right. First, I'd like to introduce you all to my production manager, Kristen Brown. She'll be responding to your questions and comments. So say hello. Also, I'd like to take a moment out to thank all of our sponsors. First up, as usual, we have Krakatoa Coffee Company, Vurchoo Apparel, Big Ted's House of Drums, Bye Bye Belly, Paw Alkaline Water, Upstate Graphics and Imaging, Crab to Go, and Custom Creations by Lesley. All right, folks. Excuse me. I'm super honored to have our special guest today. And our special guest is Miss Tammy Burton. But before I bring her on, let me go over some very important detailed information about her career and her background. All right, Tammy Burton is a wife and mother of 3 boys. She's a consultant with fast growing Bye Bye Belly movement. And Bye Bye Belly is helping women and men take control of their lives. So not only is it healthy, health-wise, but also financially. So it's helping men and women take control of their lives, not only health-wise, but financially. She is also an advocate for natural products and supplements. So, and here's I'm going to save this for a little later. I wrote some things out about it, but I'm going to pause there and I'll talk about this a little later. But I just want to say that Bye Bye Belly is you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. Bye Bye Belly products are natural, organic, plant-based products that makes them unique. And the product actually produces results that people have been wanting and searching for. And I've talked about this before in the show. I drink Bye Bye Belly myself, and it's a great product. And Tammy's probably going to be laughing at me because I'm going to be talking about that tea all day, Tammy. I'm going to be talking about that tea. I have found a new flavor that I am completely crazy about. I love this flavor. So let's go ahead and bring Tammy on without any more delay so we can get the busy talking about Bye Bye Belly, weight loss, and everything else that happens. It's the wrong button. There she goes.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. Can't complain.
Good, good, good. Well, we're just gonna jump on right on into this thing. And y'all need to welcome Tammy with hearts and lights. I forgot to say that. We like our hearts and we like our lights. Now, Tammy, I consider you to be like a wealth of knowledge because always got something that you know something about. Like you know so much about so much stuff. So I consider you to be a wealth of knowledge. And anytime I have any weight loss questions or you know pretty much everything. And if you don't know it, you know somebody who do know it.
That's the important key. If I don't know it, I can find somebody that knows the
That's what it's all about. Reaching out to some other folks and getting, connected with other people and keeping everything rolling, the process going. So let's go ahead and jump into this thing. I got several questions for you, as you can see, and I think a lot of people, when I get people to ask me about the products quite often, they ask me about it. So maybe today will be a chance to get into that and let them know what it's all about, and hopefully some people will get in, commit, and get started. That's what we want.
Yes, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my first question. What made you decide to start a career as a consultant? And I'm gonna use the term BBB a lot today because I just like to say BBB. What made you decide to become a consultant with Bye Bye Belly?
Well, I started with the Bye Bye Belly movement. We actually kind of started in March, and it was kind of pre Bye Bye Belly. And as you said before, I am all into all natural products and sub products and supplements, things that I can take that are natural, that's going to help me, help my body, help my family. We're all into that. And when I was presented the opportunity to be a part of a company that specialized in natural products, I said, okay, let me come in and let me give it a try and let me see how things work. Let me see if I like them. Let me see what it does for me. and I was happy with the results. And then in May, right in the midst of this terrible pandemic, Bye
Right.
Bye Belly was born from this company that we were already a part of. Miss Stephanie Todd, she and some of our other ladies that are here on the team with us, they began formulating things in the kitchen and in the lab, as we would say. And before you know it, Bye Bye Belly it just exploded. We started, as I said, it started in May. And when we started drinking the pre-made juices, the teas, it was just like, oh my gosh, they're good. We're seeing results. And we just started sharing them with everybody. And it's just blown up from there. And it's wonderful when you can be a part of a company where you're seeing results. You see, it's not just a fad. It's not something, oh, here today, gone tomorrow. It's not a fad. And people keep coming back because they're loving the results and they're loving the taste of their juices and their teas that they're getting from us.
Listen, speaking of taste, I was gonna jump right on it. Listen, I was not playing with y'all. Without I was stuck on that berry, what is it?
The berry, the berry blast, or you had the black cherry in the tea. I think you had
Black
the black.
cherry. Y'all, I was
Yes,
wearing that black cherry out, and I messed around and said, I wonder what this, because I love tea. I'm like, I grew up drinking sweet tea. Like that was always,
right.
you go to grandpa's house, we ain't got
Yep,
nothing sweet, but you got
yep.
some tea. So look, you drink about my belly
I sure am. I'm drinking some now, some tropical punch right now.
Y'all are making me thirsty.
But growing up drinking sweet tea, and the thing I liked about that sweet tea was, normally when you get a product that's a diet product, you automatically assume it's going to have a
Yes.
different taste than what you used to drinking. Like,
Hmm.
it's going to have, but I'm telling you, this tea, the actual tea of the tea is about as close as you're going to get to drinking like regular sweet tea. Y'all, I was,
Right.
I was drinking that tea like I was about to drink all my Bob Belly tea up. I was like, maybe if I drink it a lot at one time, I lose it fast. And
And that is the wonderful part. Anybody that goes on a diet, or tries to do a lifestyle change, if you do something and it doesn't taste good, or it's a struggle to do or take, you're not going to stick with it. You're going to do it for a moment, and then next thing you know, you're back to your old habits.
right.
And this Bye Bye Belly isn't a diet; it's a lifestyle change. It helps you move into the lifestyle changes that you need to make in order to start eating better and to help you start eating smaller portions. And the fact that it tastes so good, I mean, you just pick it up like it's juice or
Right.
like it's sweet tea. Like I'm drinking the juice. I'm drinking actually the unicorn juice right now. But we have the teas, we have the fat burners, we have the gut busters, and the fact that they taste good, you just automatically go to the refrigerator and pour your cup and just drink it.
That's right. Now, I've been wondering for a while what is the unicorn juice? I just since you mentioned it, I'm just curious. What is that? What is the unicorn juice?
The unicorn juice is our super get snatch juice. And we call it unicorn because, unicorn, what is in this cup right here is a combination of, we have detox in here, we have our fat burning juice in here, and we also have some of our healing trilogy. Like, see, our company, we're more than just juice. We have so many other natural products that can help in so many different areas of your life. And so one thing that we have in here, is our healing trilogy. And our healing trilogy, it has things in it that help with inflammation. It helps with help to remove mucus from your body. It helps with heart health. It helps with performance, libido. There's so many things, and all of it's packed in this juice, along with your weight loss properties. And so, not only are you losing weight, but when you're going for that walk, your knees aren't saying snap, crackle, and pop, and you're having that extra energy that you need to be able to, go for that walk outside. Now, I'm going to tell you, my knees. I work up, since we're working from home now in this pandemic. I work upstairs. And so every time I'd get ready to come downstairs, whether it was to get something to eat or to go to the restroom or get something to drink, I would have to warm up my knees before I came downstairs because my knees would snap, crackle, pop as I'd go down the steps, which is crazy. But I mean, I would have to literally, okay, let's get ready. There was no hop up and run down the steps. There was none of that.
Right.
But since drinking the unicorn juice, one of our, as I said, we have a healing trilogy that's in here. I can get up, walk down the stairs, and not even think anything about it. Not even think about my knees because they're not snap, crackle, and popping anymore. And that's from some of the properties that's in this unicorn juice. So you're it's the unicorn juice because you're losing weight, and we're helping with all kind of other things in your body.
Well,
So you're gonna, after you drink this, you're gonna feel like a unicorn. You're gonna want to dance around like a unicorn.
I'm trying to get me some unicorn juice because
Yes.
I tend to hold a lot of inflammation, even though I've always had like, and I have this one ankle that always has like inflammation on it for some reason. So I really could use some of it. So I'm definitely gonna get with you on that. And that's
Yes.
great to know that it has other properties besides just helping with weight loss. That and I
Right.
just you mentioned something about something I really like about the juice though is when I drink it, I literally don't hardly eat anything. Like it's a
Right.
really it's juice, but it's like it's not thick like syrupy, but it
Hmm.
has a nice full feel to it. It's like a full drink, and it's
Right.
like almost drinking like a smoothie when you drink it. So when I drink about the juice, like especially the juice, like the tea kind of just helps me cut down the cravings. I'm like, okay, you do not want the Oreo cookies. Don't eat the Oreo. But but the juice is like, and which is exactly what you do when you drink the juice before you have, you eat, and it does its job. You don't overeat, and you don't
Right.
stuff yourself. And that was a challenge for me because I grew up in a household where you ain't leaving no food on your plate. You're gonna eat the food, you put it on you, and then don't mess around and get to
Yes.
that where you can fix your own plate, and you mess around and put too much on the plate. Like, girl, you wasting money.
Yes. You had to clean your plate.
Right. So I will say for the last since I started, what would you say I started? Maybe in like May, or I think I started in May or
I
June.
think you started in May, probably a few weeks after we launched Bye
Okay.
Bye Belly. I think you started. Yeah, it was
Well,
towards the beginning. Yeah.
I have to tell you that, and I hope that anybody that's viewing this, I have been overeating since then. Even when I have some weeks where I might get busy and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to contact Tammy to read, and I call it my real on my juice. But when I forget, I still have developed good habits of not
Right.
overeating. So
Right.
I think that it creates good habits because some people see this as, oh well, this is I have to just keep doing this forever until Jesus comes back. But if you use the product correctly, it will help you develop really good habits. And I have seen that myself. So I don't when I
Ex-
sit down to eat, I'm not like sitting there overeating and trying to eat. I'm like, okay, take this home, eat it for later. You're not 5 years old no more. You ain't gotta clean your plate,
Right.
child.
Right. Exactly what you said. We're creating good habits. Because just think, as you mentioned, for years and years, forever and ever, we had a plate that was full and we had to eat every bit of it. It doesn't matter that we were full halfway through eating our plate, we had to clean every bit of it out. And we've conditioned our bodies to think like that. And
That's
so
right.
now with this juice and tea, the fact that your appetite is suppressed, your cravings have disappeared, you now have the opportunity to create those healthy habits where I'm only eating a smaller portion of chicken, or I'm only eating, oh, I really only want vegetables tonight, or we're creating those healthy habits.
Right.
Once you create the habit, then it's so much easier to just continue eating like that, and then before you know it, your whole lifestyle has changed.
That's exactly right. And one other thing I wanted to mention too was I did once I started the product in May, I was able to you connected with me with some other people. Other thing I like about the online the group, I won't go into the name because y'all can't join the group unless you get the product. So I ain't gonna tell y'all the name, but I really enjoy the group because there's a lot of good testimonies in there, and people are really motivating each other. And like you said, it's not just like it's a movement. It really truly is a
Right.
movement because people are in there encouraging each other. They're posting their pictures, and they're telling their stories, and it's encouraging. Even if you can't do it all the time, you want to do it all the time. You want to make the sacrifice. Say, you know what,
Right.
this is encouraging to see that these people are giving these testimonials of like how hard it's been. Because losing weight, it's not easy. It's not
It
easy to lose weight.
is not.
It
It is
seems like
not for the faint.
it's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. Seems like.
Right, right. And people have to remember you did not gain that weight overnight, and you're not going to lose it all overnight. It is a process. It is a process that you have to go through. And as you said, the
Right.
wonderful thing about the group is that we're all in there encouraging each other. Everybody, people show their before and after pictures. People are, hey, I just started. What do I need to do? People are there to help. People are there to answer questions. People are there to give suggestions. People show things that they're eating. And so
Right.
the group, we just started in May, and we're like, I think last time I checked, we were like at 80,000 members.
Wow.
80,000 members. That's how big this movement is. And that's how many people are out there that are struggling right now with weight. There's,
Right.
and especially during this pandemic, people are at the house more, so the pantry is right there. It's
That's
so
right.
easy to go in and just snack, snack, snack all day, and people have put on that COVID weight. And so right now, people are looking for ways that work, and looking for ways to help shed those extra pounds. And that's what the movement and that's what the group is all about. And if they want to join the group, all they have to do is reach out to me so I can send them an invite to the group.
I don't know what I'm saying. Be
That's
like,
all they have to do.
let me buy some more juice. But
Because
that's so
I love to invite people, even so if people come with questions like, does it work? Does it really work? And I'll say, come here, let's hop in the group. You take a look around. You can ask questions. You take a look. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And
that's right.
I want you to come into the group and take a look, and you tell me if you think it works. And so I invite people to the group all the time that they're curious. And then before long, you're like, okay, so how can I get my tea or my juice? How can what do I need to do? Where do I start?
Right. Listen, gotta keep that juice. So let's keep going. I know you're an ambassador, and I know that, Tammy, when you do something, you don't have to do nothing. You do it.
Right.
You
Right.
get in there, you jump in there, as they say, feet first, head first, whatever, you jump in there. You get in there. So I'm just curious about the company. Is there anything that you may have been doing personally in supporting the community through Bye Bye Belly, or is there anything that maybe that they're encouraging you all as ambassadors to do with helping out in the community, fundraising, or anything, especially during this time of COVID?
So the wonderful thing about the Bye Bye Belly movement, when Stephanie first came up with the idea and it was starting to be formulated. One thing that she has a big heart for is for single mothers. And so when she designed, how everything was going to work, what we were going to do, her and the co-founders, it was initially targeted at single mothers. Because I used to be a single mother myself, and there's so many out there that sometimes being a single parent is hard. Sometimes it's hard to juggle the things in life. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how I'm going to put gas in the car this week and feed the kids this week. And
Right.
so it was designed to help those ladies out there that's struggling, trying to make ends meet. And so we have helped so many individuals and that's why we say this is a movement, because it's not just about teas and juices. It's about financial freedom. For people, we have ladies on this team, and we have gentlemen too, but it seems to be primarily a ladies that are joining. But we were looking for more fellas to come join this movement too. But we have helped so many people that we have ladies that used to have to beg for bus fare in order to get to work every day, that are now they have cars and they're able to get back and forth to work with no problem. We have ladies that during this COVID that were beauticians, that, everything shut down. If you're a beautician, you can't do hair, months ago when everything was shut down. Ladies we had one lady in particular, Coach K, who had less than $2 to her name. And
Wow.
now Bye Bye Billy has changed her life. We have ladies that are now able to pay tuition bills in cash for their kids that are going off to college. So our movement has not only helped people health wise, but we're helping ladies get financial freedom, helping ladies get that self-esteem back. Because sometimes as a mother, when you're having a hard time to provide for your family, especially if you're a single mother, if you're having a hard time to provide for your family and for your kids, that does something to you. And so we're helping those ladies build that confidence back and to be able to say, you know what, I can take us out to dinner tonight because I have the money to do it. I can take us out to dinner and I can still pay my bills, and I don't have to worry about how I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul because I'm just juggling so many things. So our big focus has been helping the ladies. Again, it's not just a ladies movement. That was our focus in the beginning. Now it's just, come on, let's help you get financially free. Let's help you get to that point to where you're not struggling week after week, living paycheck to paycheck. So that's been our big focus. Is helping people getting financially free.
That's awesome. And since we're talking about that, I mean, I think you got good. So I'm just curious, what was your strategy to, like, when this first fell in your lap and you like, I got to get the word out, I got to get people involved in this. I imagine you tried it yourself, you saw the results, and now you're like, got to get the people out. So what was your strategy to? And this is a little bit off of like the beaten path, but at the same time, it's technically not. So, so what was your strategy to get started? Like, how did you get people to say, involved? I mean, I know you mentioned them going to the group, but what maybe some other strategies that you have?
Look, Facebook is the biggest marketing tool. Of course, it started as just a social tool, to connect with friends and family. But Facebook has evolved into so much more. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all of that has evolved into not just being social with friends and family, but it has evolved into a platform to easily promote businesses and products for free, basically. And really, it started with, posting things, posting pictures of our juice, inviting people to our groups. And then, people started asking questions. The wonderful thing that I loved is the fact that people would say, okay, Tammy, so tell me about this. What is it? Okay, if you're doing it, it must be legit. And I love that because that said something, it gave you the warm fuzzy inside to be like, okay, you really trust me. And it just, I guess, says something about character, right? I'm not going to be out here promoting something if I didn't think it worked. And so, and that was me in the beginning. I was like, okay, let me try this. Let me see what really happens when I start drinking this stuff. And so when you have people that trust you, then it's just easy and they start getting gallons, and then word of mouth. Someone telling another person, hey girl, I just got this juice and let me tell you about it. That word of mouth promotion is better than anything else because that spreads like wildfire.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a good strategy, just getting the word out. And I wanted to also comment that I like that I like to go on the site and see men on there encouraging other, the women and encouraging each other.
Yeah.
And it's just good to see that people are trying to. It's not so much. I think we all had a wake up call with COVID that the pounds are important, but being healthy is so much more important. So I'm
Yes.
glad that all the people that are joining and trying to get their health under control. We might mess around, and when all is over with, we might have a whole new perspective on the foods that we eat here in our
Right.
country, and that people will start to, because I mean, we have to compare ourselves to other countries. We eat pretty bad. I
We
mean,
eat terrible. Oh my gosh.
I think they probably laughing at us like, I'm gonna need y'all to put the cheeseburgers down.
What? What? And if you grew up, I know the kind of cooking you grew up on because I grew up on the same kind of cooking. I mean, the way we have traditionally ate over the years, it's just terrible. And so now it's time that we have to find better ways to cook things that are healthier for us. Because as you said, when this whole COVID hit, it was a wake up call that said, hey, I need to get myself get myself together.
Right.
If you want to have a chance of fighting this thing off, if heaven forbid you caught it, you need to be healthy. Your immune system, you need to have a boosted immune system, in which our products does help. They do help boost your immune system, and those are things you need. Just even outside of COVID, you need a good immune system just to fight off the everyday cooties out there. I mean, I have kids in the house and they bring home everything. They bring home everything. But with boosting our immune systems, we probably have not had colds in 3 or 4 years. Maybe we'll get a sniffle and we immediately run and start taking extra of our supplements. But, I mean, boosting your immune system is just so important. And right now, it's more important than ever.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I have one more question for you before we cut to our sponsorship slot. So let me go ahead and ask you that. I'm just curious. Most, and this is very important. How do you feel about our current situation in this country, and has it affected, and how it has affected the weight loss industry? And do you feel it will ever be the same?
Oh my goodness. Our country, honestly, our country is in a mess right now, just with COVID, with racial tensions. Everything is just in a mess right now. And I think with stress levels are higher than what they've ever been, people are on edge. And when your stress levels go up, you tend to eat. People tend to eat. I know myself, I'm an emotional eater. And when those stress levels go up, I get things that I know I shouldn't get, but I grab them anyway. And that's why I think the weight loss industry, it is really skyrocketing right now because people realize, oh my goodness,
Right.
I these pants don't fit. And look, here's the other thing. We're all sitting at home in yoga pants right now, right? And then you go to put on some jeans and you're like, oh my gosh, these jeans are a little snug right now. So we've all gotten comfortable at home, stress eating, things getting out of control. And now we wake up and we realize, oh my gosh, I have to get myself back together.
Right.
And so right now people are starting to say, okay, might can't go to the gym right now, but I can walk around the neighborhood. Hey, Tammy's got that Bye Belly juice. Let me grab some of that so that I can maybe help the things that I'm already doing. It has definitely changed the weight loss industry, in the fact that people are gaining weight and now they're trying to find ways of getting that COVID weight back off.
Right.
Will it ever be the same? I think it'll be different just because with COVID, people are seeing, um, as we said before, I need to get my health together and in order because this COVID, something like this, being an unhealthy person, you have so many things against you if
Right.
you catch COVID. And so it's been a wake up call for a lot of us to say, okay, I know I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but now I really need to get serious and do it. So I
Right.
think it's changed. I think it's changing the industry and the way we look and do things.
I agree 100% with you. It probably is, business is probably booming right now, to be honest with you. Because I know I went online
Jamie.
to buy some equipment and it was like 8 weeks. I was like, 8 weeks for equipment? I was
Yes.
like, I'm going to be fat again by the time I'm gonna gain all my weight back by then. Like, don't do me like that. Like, go ahead and send that over
Yes.
to me. So I
All right.
that's definitely one industry that I feel like that has not necessarily suffered, but probably expanded and grown a great deal because people are like, all the ellipticals are out of stock, all the bikes are out of stock. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
everything is out of stock. I know I was trying to find like some kettlebells, and I couldn't even find kettlebells. I was like,
Wow. Wow. We
so
have made more money during the pandemic than we've made, period. I mean, so this is our first. So Bye Bye Belly itself has only been in existence since May, and we've already made over $5 million in sales. Our second month in existence, we hit the $1 million mark in sales. So Bye Bye Belly is, I mean, it's a booming business. It's a booming business um, that everybody's loving, and it's becoming a household name. People are finding they are learning and knowing what Bye Bye Belly is.
well, we're gonna talk about it some more But we're gonna talk about them supplements too when you come back for sure. We're gonna take a quick pause. We'll be right. We're gonna do our sponsor plug for the day, and we'll be right back. All right, folks. Our special sponsor for the day is George Garcia. And George is a guitarist that brings all the richness and melodic soul of Latin rhythms from his birthplace of Cuba. Garcia is intense. Garcia's intense passion for his instrument is it immediately visible and colorful, audible through his unique original compositions, impeccable solos, and supportive rhythmic guitar. George Garcia has performed across the globe with the renowned and impressive talents of Tony Bennett, Richie Cole, Patti Page, Andrea Bocelli, the Drifters, and Enrique Iglesias. And I had no clue. I'm gonna have to give George a call. Like, George, you play with all the people. He's so down to earth. So George, Garcia's new recording will hit the airways not only in the United States but globally in 2020. The jazz fusion arrangements are gaining steam that will carry its unique sound across borders to countries including Canada, South America, Europe, Japan, and many more starting in April 2020. If you'd like to know more about George, please visit George C, and that's spelled not like you would assume, it's spelled Jorgec Garcia, spelled GARCIA.com. So that's George C. Garcia. Or you can contact Snipes at 864-991-1833 or 954-793-7557. Also, George is right here on social media on Facebook, and you can also reach out to him there and make sure you spell his name correctly. Again, that's JORCE Garcia. And I'm going to I didn't make this announcement, but I'm going to give away one of George's CDs today. I'll do that later on, and I'm going to do it based off of a question that I read in his bio. So the question will pertain to his bio. So hopefully you was listening if you're watching. And I'm going to be giving away quite a few of George's CDs, and this is him. This is a really cool cover, and he blessed us with several of his projects, and I was really grateful that he sent us over his project, because right now we know that musicians aren't performing as they should. He should be somewhere performing this all over the place and getting recognition for it, but unfortunately it came out right in the middle of COVID. So I appreciate him sending these over to me, and I want to do everything I can to make sure that people know that George exists right here in the Upstate, and that he's doing his part to try to keep music going right here in Greenville, South Carolina. So again, that's George Garcia. And be tuning, watching out for the question. I'll do that later on in the segment. All right, so let's get on back to these questions. And I also want to let you guys know, now will be a great time to ask questions to Tammy. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments. Well, I will not necessarily prepare your questions, because we'll do that in the third segment. So start to prepare your questions for the third segment, and we will ask those. I want to get right now. I want to give her just a minute to talk about Baba Belly and and how you can become an ambassador or consultant. So let's go ahead and get right on into that. So my first question for you, Tammy, is: so what does a position with Baba Belly consist of?
Well, it is a position you come to, like I'm right now, am a consultant with Bye Bye Belly, and you would just come and we'd have a conversation. Just we want people with high integrity. Bye Bye Belly is our name, is our brand, and so we don't want just anybody that you know. You make the juice with integrity. We need someone that is just willing to commit the time to it. And you don't have to commit a lot of time a week to be a Bye Bye Belly consultant. You also need to be a product of the product, someone that is drinking your juice and that's using the different products that we have. It doesn't take much. We have a conversation. There is a fee to join, but you can join for as little as $38. And then from there, we train you, we give you information to be successful. And that is our goal. As I said earlier about us helping people become financially free, helping people to get out of that rut from living paycheck to paycheck and to be able to pay for things that they need in their household. Our goal is to help them get to where they're making at least $500 a week. A lot of our consultants make more than that a week, but our initial goal is to get you to making $500 a week. And so being a consultant, as I said, you can start off for as little as $38 to just start being a consultant. And that $38, what that does, that buys you products that you can get in your home, that you can start trying out and start using so that you can become a product of the product. So it's not hard if anyone's interested. Just reach out to me, inbox me, comment below on this news feed, and we can talk. There are so many ladies that's like, okay, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do. That is no problem. We have training. We have a whole team, a whole group of ladies and gentlemen that are out here ready to help you be successful in what we do.
Most definitely. And I have to ask you this question also. Now, I like your presentation. Is the presentation that you present, is that across the board, or is that something that you've done special yourself?
That is across the board. We are a brand. We're unified in what we do. We like to keep things professional, classy looking. So you're not going to see any bottles with sticky notes on it that says "Get Snatch Juice." If we were to see pictures like that, people are going to get phone calls and say, listen, what are you doing? This is not who we represent. We are professional over here. We have standards over here. We have standards. And we're constantly improving the things that we're doing. We have some new packaging that we just rolled out with our juices and teas, because we're always looking at ways to make things better. And to make it look even more classier, or finding different ways to get products to people. And so we're always looking, as I said, ways to make things better.
Right. And I'm going to show. I still have my sample here. This is what the packaging looks like. I love having this sitting in my back seat in my car. I say to my passengers in the back, this is, and this is exactly what it looks like when you get it. It just comes in. It looks just like this and have the nice label on it, and it stays on there. And I mean, it's still hanging. I've had this for a while now, and it's staying on there. It looks really good and professional. So it was really nice when I came and picked this up for the first time, and I was like, oh man, that looks cute. I love those little bottles, and I'm one of those people that's all like, this is so cute. That's so cute. That is cute, cute, cute. But I really liked how it was packaged, because I was like, this would be good to put in the refrigerator. And you ain't gonna show up when somebody got water bottles with trying to pour the juice in the water. It's all gonna, like you said, it's all gonna be uniform. But I wasn't sure about that, so I wanted to ask you, was it a uniform thing? But this looks great. Now I do have another question for you. I've seen where some people have online maybe. Now I've seen where they have like the packaging. Now what I seen online was like in a green packaging. Does that sound like something that?
Yes, so we do. So our pre-made juices are what people in our local area pick up from us. But we ship juices, teas, we ship all this stuff to anywhere in the United States. And so some folks, they like, I have family all over the globe, really. But they'll be like, okay, Tammy, I know I'm not there in Greenville. How can I get the juice? And so they will order either kits so that they can make it at home. And then some people will order the mix that they need at home just to make a gallon at home. And so the green packages that you see that look very similar to this is probably what you're talking about, what you're seeing.
I see fruit.
Yeah, that means someone has ordered a kit. Kits are so much more economical to buy because you can make more gallons out of a kit. And so they're making their juices at home. We give them instructions on how to mix up their products, and they add their favorite flavorings or whatever they want to add in theirs for their taste, and they just make theirs at home. And so that's what the green packages that you're seeing is when someone has ordered a kit to do their stuff at home themselves.
Okay, well that's good. I was curious about that even myself. Now, of course, I love the. I would not try to attempt, but personally, I don't have time to do it. So I would just like the fact I like that option though. But I also think that's a good option, a good thing to talk about today because some people might be thinking, man, that would be expensive if I wanted this product from order it from her and it's already that heavy. So that's good to know that you can pre-make it yourself. And I was always curious about that because I saw in the group where people would put the green packages,
Mm-hmm.
green packages up, and I'm like, well, what's that? Why I ain't got no green packages? So now that makes sense that you can
Yeah.
actually make the kit at home. So that's good information. So, folks, if you want Bye Belly, you don't have to be so stressed out about how much it's gonna cost because you got to get two of these containers shipped to you. You can actually purchase the kit from Tammy as well. So
Right,
good.
right.
That was a good question.
And I do have folks that we've talked about kids and they're like what you said, Jamie. They're just busy and they're like, Tammy, if I have to make it myself, I'm not. Can you just please make it for me every week? And I'm like, okay, that is
Right,
no problem. I can make it for you every week.
right.
Because people have different schedules, different things that they're involved in. And if that's one less thing that they have to worry about, now all they have to do is grab, meet up and
Right.
grab, then hey, that's what we do.
Listen, if I had to make my own, it would not be the belly, would not be bye bye. It would just be the I have it sitting on the counter, the collector dust, be to mess around and just gave it away on the show because I see, and I mean, I'm terrible. I tell people I can cook, but I just hate doing stuff like that, like projects and like
Right,
I just don't have time for it. So I appreciate
right.
that you offered that. I mean, it's helpful because I just don't want to do it. I don't even have no good excuse. I just don't want to do it. So tell me, what attracted you to the company?
What attracted me, Miss Stephanie Todd, she is the one that I initially started talking to about the company. And she has been in this industry for over 18 years. And it was another, like I was mentioning earlier, where someone was like, oh, Tammy, if you're doing it, I trust you. It was kind of another kind of relationship like that with Stephanie. She's been around so long and she's been in the industry and she's done certain things. So I know if she was coming to me presenting something to me that she's already vetted it. She's already, looked through everything, dotted T's, crossed I's. She's looked and said, okay, this is a good fit. Let me tell you about it. And so we talked about it. And as I said, we're more than just a juice product. We have things like creams for pain, creams for sleep. We have CBD oil. And so they had a lot of different products that I was interested in, CBD oil being one of the products. And so I said, okay, let's go ahead and purchase some CBD oil and let's give it a try and let's see how I like it. And I mean, it just took off from there. I mean, I was like, okay, I like the products. They do what I need them to do. The sleep cream puts me to sleep like a baby. The pain cream works good for my achy joints. And so we just took off from there.
Now I'm gonna need some of that sleep cream because child, I
Girl.
I have my mind just will not slow down a lot of times, so I'm definitely gonna reach out to you about that because I'll be in the bed like, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do this?
Yes.
And I just can't. And it's like probably I'm gonna say 3 nights out of 7 I'm rolling around while as they say wilding around in the bed. So I will definitely reach out to you, and that's good to know that you have that the also the pain. Is that also a cream that you said for the
It is a Yes, it is a cream, both on the sleep and the pain cream. I'm gonna tell you that sleep cream, because I get like you some nights where my mind is just going a million miles an hour, and you're
right,
in the bed, but you're thinking about things you need to do for the next day. You're thinking about what needs to be cooked for the next day. You're thinking about things for work. You're just thinking about 50 million things. And then if you're like me, I'll get in the bed and I'm scrolling through my phone, and that doesn't help either because of that light. It just keeps your brain all wired up. But
right.
you apply that sleep cream, look, within 15 minutes, you and the sheep are rolling around. and and the wonderful thing that I like, because I've used I've used prescription sleep medication before. I've used over the counter sleep medication before, and all of them, the prescription medication I used to use, like I take it and I would have to immediately go to bed, or else I would be doing crazy things throughout my house. And I'd wake up in the morning in a fog. Same thing with the over the counter medication that I used to take. You'd wake up and you'd just be groggy. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I need like 8 more hours of sleep. This
Right.
right here, I normally wake up before my alarm goes off. And I wake up, and in the past, if I wake up before my alarm goes off, I'm mad. 'Cause I'm like, geez, I have another hour that I can be sleeping. But this, you wake up and you feel rested. So you're just like, okay, let me go ahead and get up. Let me go answer some emails. And I mean, you're just ready to start your day. So that's what I love about it. And all of the products are all natural. That's the big selling point. All the products are all natural, which is what we try to aim to do, as many natural products as we can in our house.
Awesome. I was gonna say, let me mess around and get that cream, and I might get up in the morning to work out instead of working out at night, because I don't
There
feel
you
like
go.
workout at night because I'm already tired. So that morning workout is the bomb. You really can get it in.
Right.
So I'm definitely gonna reach out to you about that. So I'm gonna jump right into my next question for you. What advice would you give someone who wants to become an associate with Bye Bye Belly?
Let's have a conversation. Don't let fear of, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't talk to people. I have a cousin that would laugh at me because I would say all the time, oh my gosh, I do not like doing Facebook Lives. I don't like talking to people like this. And she'd laugh at me and be like, Tammy, really? You do them all the time. But I used to not be like that in the beginning. I mean, I would stand in front of a camera getting ready to do a Facebook Live, scared as I'll get out. And I'm like, okay, just do it, Tammy. Just do it, just do it, just do it. And after you do it, after you take those first steps, then it's like a piece of cake. It's like riding a bike. Once you get those first, you get going, it's like a piece of cake. And so I think some people, they don't do it because of that fear of, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. But we're here to help you. We're here to hold your hand. We're here with those training wheels to get you going until you're ready to go. So don't let fear hold you back. One thing that the pandemic, I think, has done, it has pushed some people outside of their comfort zone, because people that probably would have never even thought about doing something like this, they gotten themselves in a place to where they had no choice. You
Right.
know, bills are due, kids need to eat, and they're in a place of desperation that they're like, okay, I have to do something. With
Right.
COVID, there were so many people that lost jobs. There were so many people whose hours were cut back, and they had to find other ways to supplement income. And
Right.
then they happened to stumble across Bye Bye Belly, whether it was through a friend or a friend to friend, word of mouth. And now they're like, oh, wow, this is the best thing that I've ever done. And it pushed them outside of their comfort zone because they knew, okay, I have to do something. I can't stay where I'm at right now. I have to do something. And so that has been um, the blessing within the pandemic, is that it showed people, you can do more than what you think you can do. Just step out there on faith and just let's go. Let's do it.
Right. Now, but I'm gonna start the question segment, but I have a question for you, Tammy. Are you prepared to do the wall trick today?
Oh, you know what? I did lay I because I said, is she gonna ask me about the wall trick? I laid some stuff out here. I'd have to get my husband to come help me hold the phone and do some
That's
stuff.
okay. Honestly, but I would like you to more so just talk about it. But before we go into that, Kristen has a question for you.
As a woman of a certain age, I'm wondering how does this work very well with the menopause belly?
It does. It does. What our juices, what they do, our Baba Belly juice in particular, it targets our cortisol levels. There's a lot of teas and other products out there that all it does is just help you get rid of water weight and go to the bathroom. Our products actually target hormones that are out of whack in our system. And when they're out of whack, we tend to overeat and they could be out of whack due to stress, due to lack of sleeping. just all kind of environmental things that can get us all out of whack, that just cause us to just eat this and that and this and that. And for you know what, we've added those extra pounds. And so our Bye Bye Belly juice, it helps targets those hormones and helps us get back in balance. So it will help that certain age. Lord Jesus, I'm approaching that certain age. I feel it coming some days. Some days I'm just like, what was that?
Is
It
there
does help.
is there a particular juice that you would recommend for somebody who's in menopause?
Our fat burning juice, our Bye Bye Bell. So we have a few products. We have our detox teas, which everybody and anybody can do our detox teas, and that just helps detox your body, helps remove toxins and parasites from your body, and helps with cravings. We also have our fat burning juice. That's also for anyone, that any man or female, to drink, and that's the one that helps balance out our hormones.
Right.
We also have our gut buster juice. Now, our gut buster is designed specifically for our fellas. Our gut busters, it has things in it that's going to help with performance, stamina, libido, endurance. And so our gut buster juice is designed specifically just for our fellas. And then we have our unicorn juice. Unicorn juice is for everybody also, and it's our super get snatch juice that has not only our teas and our fat burner mix in it, but it also has our healing Shirley in it that's going to help give us some of those nutrients and vitamins that our body's missing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
See,
you.
you know the company very well. I can see that. So instead of us doing our trick today, and if you guys want to see this trick, it's actually on Tammy's Facebook page. And so I want to jump while what time we have left. I would like to talk about the natural products, and and I know how important natural products are to your family, and just talking to you. So I'm curious, what are some natural products that you discovered during COVID that would help with sanitation, building the immune system? What are some suggestions from in that company? And also, well, I want to ask this too. It's kind of like a two-sided. Is this company affiliated with Bye Bye Billy, or is this a separate entity?
So the Bye Bye Belly, the movement and the company that's behind it that supplies us with all of our products, we have all kind of things like we have vitamins that's going to help boost your immune system. We have things like black seed oil that also helps with immunity. It helps with we can't list ailments, but it helps with things like pressure issues, or if someone has sugar. And y'all can translate what those things are. Um, we technically can't say the names,
Right.
but we have natural products that we have natural products that also help people, ladies that are of that certain age, as we were just talking about, that will help with hot flashes and things like that. We
Right.
also have products, natural products that will help in the bedroom. If you're having issues in the bedroom, we have a plethora of natural products that helps with different areas in life. Essential oils. We have essential oils. We have things for kids, wellness products that help with kids. So we have all kind of natural products that you can use for yourself. You can use around your home. We also we are do buy products, cleaning products from a club that we're a part of that are all natural. Also, we just got to the point of you get tired of you're cleaning your bathroom or cleaning the stove, and you're spraying stuff and you're coughing, you're opening doors, you're turning on ceiling fans because you're about to choke from the fumes that are coming from your cleaning products. And
Right.
so we decided, as I said, we try to do as many natural things as we can. There's some things that we just haven't found substitutes for, but when we find a good substitute, we start using it. And if we love it, then we start telling everybody about it. And
Right.
so just because we want to share the knowledge, what kind of friend would I be if I found something that works wonderful that I love and I didn't share it with the people? So we are in a club, a shopping club that where you buy products for our house that we use for cleaning. That has just worked wonders, and it's worked wonders for our skin issues. It's worked wonders just from health wise, lung wise. And so, I mean, we love it. We love it.
That's awesome, and that's what caught my attention. And I say that about the supplement. I mean, about the sanitation. When you told me that was a natural product, I'm like, wait a minute, now how can y'all get that off that wall? Because you know when you see somebody writing on their wall, you thinking they about to bust out some hardcore cleaner products, like panicking, like, oh my God, let me get this off. So the parents out here to have those children that we all did it, we all got caught
Yes.
drawing on the wall. I don't know what the fascination is with all children, like children put the gum in their hair and children
Mm,
cut the bangs. It's like,
yes. Yes.
so we might not can fix the problem with the gum and the bangs, but she does have a solution for when they draw on the wall. So that definitely reach out to Tammy to find out more about that product as well. And that was really cool. Like I was like, oh wow, and y'all did. I was like, why Tammy letting her son ride her whole mom?
And look, this is the crazy thing. And I was in this category forever. I always thought that everything had to be harsh. Everything. I mean, I was one of those people that used to roll my eyes at the natural folks. Back in the day, it was like natural. Okay, whatever. That used to be me until you start having personal experiences, and then you start trying things, and you're like, oh my gosh, this actually works. So why use things that have 50 million different toxins and things that aren't good for your body? And I'm just going to say this little thing. I think some of our ailments that we have today is just from toxins and the things that we breathe, the things that we ingest every day. I think it's a product of our environment. And so that has just kind of made us make a turn to say, you know what? Let's try to do more natural things where we can. As I said, there's still things in our lives that we've not completely veered from. Like we've been trying to go vegan forever, and we've not completely made that journey yet. And we still struggle with that part of our lives.
Right.
But in areas where we can make change, we make a change.
Well, I do have good news for you. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, I do have a vegan specialist coming on next week.
Ooh.
And she has a book out and everything. She's very she's a nutritionist as well, very knowledgeable. So maybe there's some things she can tell you about on the segment,
Yes.
and maybe even tune in and ask her some questions, because I know I'm
yes.
because I wanted to go vegan as well, because I am aware of the inflammation is caused through certain foods, and I'm like, even with I have very bad allergies, like chronic allergies, terrible, and like 4 times a year it's just like, which is like the 4 corners of the year basically. I don't get a whole lot of relief in between. It's like nonstop trying to correct the allergies. So that was another reason why I was wanting to ask you about the natural products. Maybe there's something that you could even suggest. I've been hearing great things about sea moss. Personally, with allergies.
My son has used sea moss a lot. He would soak it. He goes through this whole process of soaking it, and then you boil it and you do this and that, and it has a lot of great health benefits. I haven't personally did the whole soaking thing. I've kind of watched behind him. I'm like, okay, so what are you doing here? Show me what you're doing. And so, but yeah, that has been a thing that he's used a lot, is sea moss. And I see a lot of people online trying to purchase sea moss. So yeah, that is a good natural supplement to incorporate in your life.
Right. And I was gonna say, Tammy, just from your page and you talking, you have had a big influence on your children. It sounds like they are doing, and which is important. They're using, natural remedies instead of out here, just taking garbage and eating garbage. They're doing the same thing.
Right.
So that's why this is so important. You do have to say. I mean, I don't have children, but I was a child, and I know that your parents have to set an example. So that's awesome that you're always trying to find ways to make sure that you're staying healthy and introducing the rest of us and your children great products, because you're a very big person on sharing and letting people know what you find. Because I was watching your page too. I was looking at the chicken you cooked too. I mean, your chicken that you rolled. I was like, I'm always on your page looking at different stuff that you're putting on there, and that you're just always letting people know. And I mean, I'm imagining that's probably a great characteristic of someone that works for Bye Bye Belly, because that's what it sounds like what the company is all about, trying to help other people and making sure
Right.
that they continue to have knowledge about not even just the product, but just encouraging people to be healthy. Because I mean, if you
Right.
but and that goes hand in hand with the product. But I mean,
Right.
when people feel like you really care about their health, that's a great way to sell a product. And I think you
Right.
definitely genuinely care. It's not like you're trying to be like, I care. but but I appreciate you for doing that. And please make sure you keep posting stuff and letting us know when you discover new things, let us know. Because I'm one of the people that don't get out here and I be like, this wrong, but then I don't go out here and find that. And then I be like, oh, I'll be on your page or somebody else's page trying to figure out what they doing. Like, now what she say she did for that? Okay. All right, let's keep things going. I just have a few more questions here for you. What is your hope for the future once this pandemic becomes more manageable?
Oh wow. For the future, you know, one thing that we love to do, we love connecting and talking with people and meeting up with folks. And the pandemic has kind of put a damper on that. There's some customers that I have that I've only seen this part. I've only seen their eyes. I don't know what they truly look like because I've only seen their eyes because we're always wearing masks. So it would be nice to be able to. I'm a hugging person. I'm a hugger. I would love to be able to meet up with folks and host events after this pandemic is over and just be able to socialize again. I'd also, after this pandemic is over, just be able to keep growing our business and keep helping folks become financially free. This company, it is just a vehicle to help people get to that next level, whether it is helping fund a online boutique or whether it's helping open a daycare. It's really just a vehicle to help them get to that next step in their lives.
Right. Most definitely. I mean, that pretty much sums it up. I think we all experiencing that, like you said, just not really. You don't get to see people in person, but you're like, okay, this is what we have. But I will say this: I do like that, and this is another thing that people need to know. This is very important. That now Tammy ain't gonna come to your house, not unless y'all make arrangements. Now that's up to her. But what she will do is she has a place that she meets you, which is super convenient because everybody
Yes.
can come there and meet her and
Yes.
get the product. So she is going above and beyond to make sure that this product is getting out here and people are getting it, and that people are being assisted with helping losing weight. And I think that's important to say to if that's okay. I hope that's not
Yes.
okay to announce. I'm sorry, I guess I should have asked first. But I just wanted to let people know that, because I remember when I'm like, well, how do I get this? Where do I need to go? And you like, calm
Right.
down. I got
We meet up twice a week, and we do. Some people have sometimes very special circumstances, and we try to help work around those. But we have meetups twice a week on Wednesday and a Saturday that I meet up with folks, and you pull up. We take payment beforehand. Payment will reserve your gallon of juice or tea, and so when that meetup day comes, people just roll up. You get your juice, and you keep going.
and we got that slanging juice. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta stop. Just drive by. Just throw it
Just throw it in the window.
Open the back seat. Boom. And every time I meet you, we out here, we just get to chatting for
I
an
know.
hour. I always, I love to talk, and you love to talk too, so we must try to talk each other head out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And well, that pretty much concludes our Well, I do want to ask you this question. I mean, we're right here at the end, but I would like to ask you, what does the future hold? I know I'm what you hope for the future, but what does the future hold for you as an entrepreneur and a natural specialist? How would you? I mean, what level would you like to take your business? Is there like a next platform for you to take your business to, or you have visions of things that you like to do with Bye Bye Belly to take your business to the next level?
Oh wow. And so as I was saying, this is just a Bye Bye Belly is just the vehicle to help fund things for the future. There's education that I want to get back to, and get some additional learning under my belt. There's some projects that I've been working on in the background, just some things I keep mulling through my head, and the excuse has always been, well, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. And this right here, the Bye Bye Belly, is going to help fund that. It's going to help fund being able to pay for it. It's going to help fund freeing up time to be able to do it. And so this is definitely that vehicle that is going to help take me, the family, to that next level.
That's great.
Nice.
And I do want to, this is not a question, but it just came. This is a very important question. Tammy, do you have, and I'm asking this so people don't feel like they can't achieve what you've achieved. Do you have another, are you employed? Are you a working person? And but you also do.
I am a full-time, I have a full-time job. I have three boys, um, two that are very active in sports that, Lord Jesus, they keep me on the go all the time. So I consider myself a busy person, but I do have the time to still promote and do Bye Bye Belly. As I said, you don't have to. There are some folks that this is all they do all day. I'm not one of those folks because I do still have a full time job. So I devote certain hours that I'm okay, this is the hours I'm going to devote to promoting, to talking to people. And so even if you have a full time job, you can do this. If you have a part time job, you can do this. If you have no job, you can definitely do this.
Right. Look, that's why you be throwing juice out of the car because you're so busy. You just be,
I'll be like,
them boys
I got to
keep
go.
busy. To keep you busy. Well, Tammy,
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us today. And before I go into my whole spiel, I would just like for you to give the business one more plug, tell people where they can find you and where how they can reach out to you in order to purchase Bye Bye Belly or become an ambassador as well.
Hi, thank you for inviting me to the show, Jamie. I have truly enjoyed it. If you want more information about Bye Bye Belly, whether you want to become a consultant, whether you want to get some of this Get Snatch juice, the ladies or the gentlemen, then just reach out to me, Tammy Johnson Burton. I'm here on Facebook. I am going to drop a link to our website down in the comments. We do have things that you can purchase from there. We are in the process of updating and adding more things out there. But go out and take a look at the awesome products that we have. If you want to become a part of our awesome community, reach out to me so I can send you an invite so that you can join the over 80,000 folks that are already a part of Bye Bye Belly and that are already out there getting snatched, taking their health back and taking their financial freedom back, and doing things on their terms. So come on over, y'all.
Look, that was good plug right there. I'm gonna be like, you need to do my presentation when I come on stage. Like, ladies and gentlemen,
Coming from.
come into the stage. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it, and I appreciate what you're doing in the community and getting people in health, getting people healthy and keeping them aware of what they need to do in order to get there. Y'all make sure y'all reach out to Tammy if you have any more questions about the products. I just want, and again, definitely if you want to become an ambassador, I think that Bye Bye Belly is making some changing some folks' lives, not only in their midsection, but also in their pockets. So make
Yes.
sure y'all reach
Yes.
out to her if you want to be part of the team. And also, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching the show. Make sure you spread the word and let people know that we're here and that we're just trying to get awareness here in the area so people can learn a little bit more about things they don't know about, but also just educate people about topics that we're all dealing with right now. So make sure you're tuning in, make sure you're passing the word, and we appreciate you tuning in to the show. Also, I'd like to thank Kristen for being my awesome production manager, and making sure that she speaks and says hello to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all speaking to Kristen and letting her know your questions. Even though I think Tammy was so good at describing everything. I don't people and I really made sure I really worked out my questions today to make sure I stayed really focused on the product. So maybe that's why nobody asked any questions, but that's not a bad thing. That means we covered all the bases. So, folks,
Yes.
if you'd like to know more about Tammy or about me or the Live with Jennifer, I forgot my own name of the show, Live with Jamie Wright, make sure you email us at livewithjamiewright@gmail.com. And of course, look Tammy up on Facebook. And before we go, I definitely got to shout out my sponsors again. Folks, we have Krakatoa Coffee Company, Vurchoo Apparel, Big Ted's House of Drums, and of course, Bye Bye Billy, Paw Alkaline Water, Upstate Graphics and Imaging, Crab to Go, and Custom Creations by Lesley. Be sure, folks, to tune in next week. We'll have our special guest, Dawn Hilton-Williams, who will be discussing vegan life, that vegan life, y'all, that vegan life,
Yes.
and the transition process, which is I'm very interested in, and also
Yes.
nutrition, and we'll be discussing her book. I want to say I know it's I'm not even gonna try to guess what it is because I have the book, but my mind is just gone. Y'all know I'm a school teacher, so by the time I get home, every little bit of sales, like the little bit of sales, like braces, like they're gone, they're out the window. So make sure you tune in next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Live with Jamie Wright. We appreciate you very much for tuning in, and again, pass the word and let folks know that we're here. Thank you, Tammy, so very much. I know you probably got a million things going on. You probably could have been doing that, but we appreciate you taking time out your schedule.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.